Ladies, yesterday was officially the first day of fall, which means it's about to get cooler, which means the hobosexuals are about to come out. If you don't know what a hobosexual is, let me break it down to you. They do not have their own place. They probably don't have their own car. They probably been couch surfing. They probably don't have their own job.
Why some damn boy on here trying to tell other niggas how to use big bitches for 6 months for a place to stay? If you don't, get your ass off here.
Alright, boom. You don't got a place to stay or you don't got no job. I'm finna put you on how you can get you a place to stay for literally 6 months. So, boom. First thing first, what you want to do, you want to find you a BBW. And listen.
Hey everyone. So for today's video, I am going to be reacting to this viral clip going around. And yes, I've had people ask me to react to this. I've seen my peers on YouTube reacting to this. So you know I had to give my 2 cents. Because honey, one thing about me, I'm going to talk about this conversation. Okay, so basically, a man who is by definition, he would be considered a hobosexual. So a hobosexual is someone who seeks romantic partners for shelter and financial security. And that's like their only agenda with dating. It's just to have a roof over their head. So this man is basically teaching other men how to become hobosexuals. And, you know, basically he's saying the way to do it is to prey on larger, more vulnerable women. So I'm definitely going to talk about this because this is definitely a reality. And what this man is doing essentially is he's saying the quiet part out loud. Okay, so all you can do is just sit back and listen when people give the game, you know, and take notes and move accordingly. This is why on my channel, I heavily promote losing weight because you do absolutely avoid situations like this. When you're slim, you really won't have to really worry about guys doing this to you. When you are slim, this is not much of a huge concern that'll be in the front of your head when you're dating. But I know that larger women have to actively try their best to avoid situations like this. So I feel like bigger women, they have to almost date in survival mode, right? Like they're constantly on alert. They're constantly, you know, on guard. So let's hear what this hobosexual has to say to other men who are interested in being hobosexuals and living off of bigger women for shelter, food, and resources. Okay?
Alright, boom. You don't got a place to stay or you don't got no job. I'm finna put you on how you can get you a place to stay for literally 6 months. So, boom. First thing first, what you want to do, maybe go talk to Church's Chicken, KFC, or something like that. You want to find you a BBW. And listen, do not be biased about no BBW. I know niggas be saying they don't want no big girl, but gang, you're fucking homeless, nigga. Beggars can't be choosers right now. So, boom.
When I first played this and I heard this man say, go to Church's Chicken or KFC to find a BBW, I almost lost it. Sir, are you being for real? Are you playing right now? Like, that's insane. But you know what? Certain locations do have a certain set of people. The people that are in McDonald's rarely look healthy, in my opinion, from what I've noticed when I walk past it. Okay, certain places do carry certain aesthetics. And honestly, sometimes in certain locations of food, if everybody in there looks sloppy, big, unhealthy, overweight, it is a huge turnoff for me. And I will literally just turn back around because I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here because I don't want to look like this person. Literally, I don't know. Call me judgmental. That's fine. I fully accept that I'm judgmental. But that's what goes on in my head when I walk into an establishment and everyone is overweight. It literally scares me. It terrifies me. I'm like, should I be eating here? Should I find somewhere else to eat? Am I going to be the next one? I mean, obviously, I'm being ridiculous. I'm being irrational. But again, being overweight again is a fear of mine. Okay, so I'm just being real here with my irrational fears. Obviously, eating at an unhealthy location once in a while is not going to cause you to gain weight. But again, I'm just terrified of being one of these BBWs that men like him are praying after.
So boom, first thing first, what you want to do, maybe go to like a Church's Chicken, KFC or something like that. You want to find you a BBW. And listen, do not be biased about no BBW. I know niggas be saying they don't want no big girl, but gang, you're fucking homeless, nigga. Beggars can't be choosers right now. So boom, what you gonna do, you know what I'm saying, find you a BBW and shit like that. Find you a good one though. Most BBWs have good jobs. So you find you a good BBW, you know what I'm saying. She probably got her a good little corporate job, good little desk job, because she ain't doing too much walking for sure, 100%. She got her a good little desk job, maybe a little security job. She don't do too much standing up. She be sitting down all day at the desk. Boom, that's perfect. She probably got her own crib and everything. That's how they usually come. Own crib, car, maybe like 1-2 kids. Shit, it'd be best if she got none. So boom, you see a little BBW and shit like that, you hop down there, you compliment her overly. Damn, I like your hair. You know what I'm saying? Even if her hair was fucked up, even if her teeth yellow as hell. Well, I like them pretty ass white teeth. Well, I like that dress on you. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Overly compliment her. I can get your number, Instagram, whatever. Now I'm saying she'll probably pretty hard to get a little stuck up and shit like that. But she gonna be overly flattered that you even hopping down on some shit like that. Because most niggas is not hopping down on big girls these days for sure. 100%. So boom. You know what I'm saying? You get an Instagram, get a number like that. You know what I'm saying? It should probably take you like 2 weeks. Probably take you up to 2 weeks to like until like what you link up with her. So boom, after like the 2 weeks hit, you talking to her. You know what I'm saying? You probably smack on the first link, real shit. If you applying pressure overly, you smack on the first link. I know, nigga, you don't like BBWs, but gang, you gotta put yourself sacrifices, nigga. Remember sacrifices first.
So, again, he's saying what most men already think. Like, this is not shocking to me. I'm not like, a lot of women were getting angry at this clip. If you're getting angry by this, then you don't understand men. Everyone to pay attention to this man's wording, okay, as he was coaching other men on how to scout for certain women, BBWs, to take their homeless self in. He was telling them, and I quote, "You're homeless. Beggars can't be choosers." He said, "You're gonna have to sacrifice."
Find you a BBW. And listen, do not be biased about no BBW. I know niggas be saying they don't want no big girl, but gang, you're fucking homeless, nigga. Beggars can't be choosers right now. So boom.
I've been saying this. Huge women is not a man's first choice. So if you're huge and a man is in a relationship with you, he's never going to admit this because he's probably benefiting off of you in some way. Most men, their first choice is not a huge, large woman. For example, when men are successful, I feel like that's their best options that they can get in women, because us women are attracted to provision, success, like basically, can you provide for a family and take care of my kids? And money is going to be able to do that. So that's very important to us women. And you never see men really become very successful. Like, you can even take a look at celebrities, for example. Everybody on their arm is fit, in shape. Now, the body shape, it doesn't matter, right? Some are slim, some have a pear, some have an hourglass, but they look aesthetically pleasing. So I already knew that men kind of view BBWs as something that they have to settle for. Like, they'll deal with them, again, for like, intercourse when no one else wants to sleep with them. Men literally see BBWs like gum on the bottom of their shoe. It's not their first pick. And then he said that most BBWs have good jobs and good credit. Yeah, I mean, it's true, because they have to overcompensate, because what man is going to come in their life and swoop them away and sweep them off their feet and take care of them? Not a single man. Okay, like no man is going to sign up for that, because if a man had the opportunity to take care of a woman, it's not going to be a BBW for the most part. And again, I'm from California. Your state and location definitely varies for this conversation. Some of you guys live in locations where everyone is huge. So it's like the man has no choice, right? But where I'm from in California, it's not like that. So men have options. When they do have the choice to provide for a woman and take care of a woman, it's typically not a larger woman. So with large women, it's the exact opposite. Men feel like they're settling for you. So they feel like, okay, what can you do for me? So when you're big as a woman, you're basically living life like a man. You're embarrassing to them. I'm going to be honest. His homeboys is laughing at him. His family is roasting him for being with you. And men are very prideful. Some are very egotistical. Like, Being with a big woman is low-key an attack on their manhood and their ability to, pull something fine, and you know what I mean? The way they see it as is, yeah, you're gonna have to freaking overcompensate. You're gonna have to have good credit, a good job to compensate for why you look like that. So yeah, a lot of BBWs make sure that they have a nice apartment, high credit score, a warm bed, for, men to come sleep at night. So, okay, let's hear what else he has to say.
So boom. Smack the BBW. But listen, once you smack, gang, you have to deliver the best strokes you ever did in your life. Like, you have to be on your A game, 100%. None lazy, none quick and fast. You got to be in that bitch overtime.
So I'm just gonna stop right there and just mention, this man is obviously lacking masculinity, because the fire alarm in his house, what it looks like, it keeps going off. Or I don't know whose house this is, but if there's a man in that house, he needs to fix that. Y'all was getting on me because in one video I had it going off, but I was not at home. I was at a whole different location. I was in a lobby. Okay, that was not my issue. So I just wanted to point out, this man is definitely, it seems like he just operates from a place that lacks masculinity. I feel like looking for girls as a man to provide for you, I don't care if they're BBWs, it's not the very manly thing to do. Also, and, as I keep playing the clip, he says things like, don't pay her rent when you move in because she was paying it before you. She can continue to pay it after you. This is language that I always hear from women. I hear women talk like that. So he's talking like a woman. He's acting like a woman. He's manipulating like a woman. And honestly, in my opinion, he kind of looks feminine too. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So the fire alarm constantly going off in the background, the little beeping sound, it's also very telling. Because that is something that a man should fix. That's why women who live by themselves, it's like this rumor. She always has the beeping sound going off in the background because there's no men present to fix it. I mean, well, there's probably men, coming in and out sleeping with her, but they don't care enough to fix the fire alarm. But yeah, I had that go off in one of my videos. Again, I was in the lobby. I'm not even home right now. I'm literally everywhere. Because my hubby, he's on top of every sound, every crack, every nick, every cranny, okay? So if you hear weird stuff in the background going off, I'm not at home. So I just had to clear my case on that. Anyways, let's continue to hear what this man has to say.
Okay, so once you smack that shit down to the floor and shit like that, and tell her, you gotta hit it with a soft, or you gotta know how to work your soft, or well, I guess I'm finna go back to my car, I guess I'm finna go back to the bench that I sleep on. Boom. To a certain point, it's gonna get to a point where mind you, it's gonna be under less than a month knowing this hoe. It's gonna get to a certain point where it's why am I letting this nigga come smack me and then go live in a fucking car? He might as well move in. Boom. Now you got your roof over your head.
So he tells men to use a very a smooth, sultry type of voice. This is exactly why when I was single, that would be if a man was too smooth with me, huge red flag. I never liked men who were just too smooth, no nerves going on. So here's a little tip for men. A lot of good women see that as a red flag. Okay, if she's falling for your smooth words and your charisma and all that stuff, she's probably extremely gullible. Because I know for me, I never used to like men to come up to me sounding all smooth and perfect, because to me it just gives, you've practiced this way too much. You get at girls all day long. I'm one of many. You're putting on an act as well. I don't like that. Yeah, it may work, but you're attracting low vibrational women and the wrong types of women when you're putting on an act trying to pull women. So I just wanted men to know that, okay? From my point of view, that does not, and it has never ever worked on me. Be yourself, okay? I want to see some nerves. I want to see a little bit of stuttering. I don't want you too smooth. That never ever turned me on, ever. So, okay, let's continue to see what he has to say.
You done moved in with shawty, even if she got a couple kids. You run the fucking house, you fucking mama, so you can tell her, you can tell the kids wherever the fuck they want, wherever you want. It don't matter, they 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nigga, you fucking mama is your rules, nigga. Fuck the mama. It don't matter. She paying all the bills, you ain't paying shit, nigga. It's your house. So boom.
This conversation also reminds me of how a lot of single mothers, I don't recommend single mothers to date because you will be a target for scammers and creeps too that are going to be in and out of your house, traumatizing your kids. Yeah, that's actually a whole different topic. We are talking about hobosexuals. And hobosexuals specifically usually target larger women. Okay? We're not talking about PEDOs. Because, yeah, single mothers, they are a target for scams. You know, even worse scams. They're a target for PEDOs. But that's a different topic for a different day.
Smacking and shit, you know what I'm saying? You'll probably be cool, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe bring your PlayStation over, playing in the living room and shit like that. You'll be cool without a job for the first 3 months, 100%. Once the 4th, 5th month hit, that's when shit can start questioning your job like that. That's when you gotta start looking for a job, you know what I'm saying? Start putting out job applications, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 months hit, you probably look a couple job applications, you know what I'm saying? You get you a job, run your sack up, save your money. Nigga, do not start paying them bills now. She was doing it before you had a job. She can do it now. She can do it still by herself. It's not your fucking house. It's her house, gang. You know what I'm saying? Stack your money up, run your little sack up and shit like that. And then once you do that, shit, you been in for a cool 6 months. They ran you up a couple thousand. Shit, you might as well leave the bitch.
Okay, so that was very evil. I need people to understand that manipulation, social climbing, social strategies, that's not normal. Please go talk to a therapist. Like, people be trying to normalize being mischievous, conniving, and dark. Bro, you need to go seek mental help, okay? And I'm just saying that because it just, the way he's going on kind of just reminds me about a lot of people that do this. But the reality is, a lot of people do this. This is very common. And, when you're a BBW, no, you cannot escape predatory men like this on the dating market. And again, some women may cope by saying, oh, skinny women can get preyed on too. Honey, not like this. Skinny women are not getting scammed from men 24/7. That is something that BBWs attract. People, and this is going to sound messed up, but it's just the truth. When you're on the dating market and you have too much baggage, there's not really a benefit to being with you. So you might have kids, right? You might not be attractive visually, obese or unattractive. You might be super old to where your body is not functioning anymore, right? Those are going to be the people that are a target for scams, certain types of scams. I can break down each scam. I've talked about how, people like Risa Tisa, they attract hobosexuals. Again, single moms, they attract PEDOs. Older people usually attract, like gold diggers or, the sugar mama type of thing, sugar daddy type of thing. And, so that's how it works. But a skinny woman with no kids, no baggage on the dating market is rarely going to run into scams like this. Okay? So whether I agree with it or not, whether I think it's healthy or not, reality is reality. And he just said the quiet part out loud. And again, this is something a lot of BBWs won't admit theirself. I know inside information from having male friends in the past, and I know how they gets down, okay? A lot of them give men their credit cards, fund their lifestyle, But this is like private information that the public really isn't supposed to know because obviously they're embarrassed. So, I don't know what else to say about what this man said. This is a very fast video. I just wanted to show you guys the quiet part out loud. Hopefully this motivates you to get in the gym, get in shape, because if not, when you try to go on the dating market, when you're not all the way together, your personality is not together, your insides are terrible, your outsides look like crap, this is what you attract. You want to be people's first choice. You want to be somebody that someone is proud of, happy of, and they don't look at you and feel like, okay, I need some compensation because you're lacking in the looks or personality department. So what you got to offer to me? Okay, like, how can I use you? You got a nice apartment. Like, you don't want to show up like that on the dating market. I don't think that big women should date. No, you should not. Because you're going to constantly run into scammers like this on dating apps or in real life. This is what a lot of men in regular cities think when they see big, sloppy women. This is what they think. Do not think that you're the exception to the rule. You are absolutely not. Actually, I think it'd be very rare for a man to sincerely be into a woman who is huge, after he's successful, and that's extremely rare. But this video, like what this man is saying, is extremely common. It's just not talked about. So when men or women come online and give you their game, I've seen a lot of women getting mad, roasting him. Why are you roasting him? Just be quiet and take notes and do what you need to do to avoid. Actually, say thank you. Because again, he's saving a lot of women from heartache. He's saving a lot of your time being wasted. Because now with this information, you can level up, you can go to the gym, you can work on yourself. So I would actually recommend women to comment thank you under this video, if anything. I love when people say the quiet part out loud. I've been shouting this from the rooftops. There's other content creators that have been saying this. And, we get a lot of pushback because this is not commonly, it's just not something that's talked about. But trust me, it's very common. Men always look at bigger women and see, what can I get out of her? Whether it be just some quick cat, some quick head, your apartment. Men do not want huge women on their arm, taking you to the company Christmas parties and dinners with his family and his mom. Again, he's going to get roasted. For a man, pulling a huge woman is like an embarrassment. Do you know how many men I've came across where if they are with bigger women, since I'm if they would perceive me as attractive, they feel the need to excessively over-explain why they're dealing with this big woman. And they come to me and they're like, no, trust me. At least in the past, right? They would come to me and be like, no, trust me. I'm only with her because she's sheltering me and I'm using her credit card. Trust me, I'm not into her. Like, I noticed that every time men get around baddies, fine women, they always feel the need to over-explain that one bigger woman that's in the roster and why he was dealing with her because they feel embarrassed. They're over-explaining out of insecurity and embarrassment. Now, I will say these were not anybody that I was dating, but just, like homeboys that I had in the past and stuff like that. They would be so embarrassed when, they had a bigger girl in the lineup. They had to always over-explain. I noticed that about men. They'd be mad embarrassed dealing with those women. So it's literally layers to men settling for huge women. They talk crap about you guys behind your back to find women. In some dirty cases, right, there are some men where they will take the bigger woman's money to trick it off on the fine, slim woman. So yeah, when bigger women are not around, men talk about you crazy.
All right, boom. You don't got a place to stay or you don't got no job. I'm finna put you on how you can get you a place to stay for literally 6 months. So boom, first thing first, what you want to do, maybe go talk to Church's Chicken, KFC or something like that. Want to find you a BBW. And listen, do not be biased about no BBW. I know niggas be saying they don't want no big girl, but gang, you're fucking homeless, nigga. Beggars can't be choosers right now. So boom, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Find you a BBW and shit like that. Find you a good one though. Most BBWs have good jobs. So you find you a good BBW, you know what I'm saying? She probably got her a good little corporate job, good little desk job, because she ain't doing too much walking for sure, 100%. She got her a good little desk job, maybe a little security job. She don't do too much standing up. She be sitting down all day at the desk. Boom, that's perfect. She probably got her own crib and everything. That's how they usually come. Own crib, car, maybe like 1-2 kids. Shit, it'd be best if she got none. So boom, you see a little BBW and shit like that, you hop down there, you compliment her overly. damn, I like your hair. You know what I'm saying? Even if her hair was fucked up, even if her teeth yellow as hell. Well, I like them pretty ass white teeth. Well, I like that dress on you. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Overly compliment her. I can get your number, Instagram, whatever. Now I'm saying she'll probably pretty hard to get a little stuck up and shit like that, but she gonna be overly flattered that you even hopping down on some shit like that. Cause most niggas is not hopping down on big girls these days for sure, 100%. So boom. You know what I'm saying? You get an Instagram, get a number like that. You know what I'm saying? It should probably take you like 2 weeks. Probably take you up to 2 weeks to like until like what you link up with her. So boom. After like the 2 weeks hit, you talking to her. You know what I'm saying? You probably smack on the first link, real shit. You applying pressure overly, you smack on the first link. I know, nigga, you don't like BBWs, but gang, you gotta put yourself, sacrifices, nigga. Remember sacrifices. Sacrifices first. So boom. Smack the BBW. But listen, once you smack, gang, you have to deliver the best strokes you ever did in your life. Like, you have to be on your A game, 100%. None lazy, none quick and fast. You gotta be in that bitch overly, like overtime. Okay, so once you smack that shit down to the floor and shit like that, you gotta tell her, you gotta hit it with a soft, or you gotta know how to like work your soft, or alright, well, guess I'm finna go back to my car. Guess I'm finna go back to the bench that I sleep on. Boom. To a certain point, it's gonna get to a point where like mine is gonna be under less than a month, you knowing this hoe. You're gonna get to a certain point where it's like, why am I letting this nigga come smack me and then go live in a fucking car? He might as well move in. Boom. Now you got your roof over your head. You done moved in with shawty, even if she got a couple kids. You run the fucking house. You fucking the mama. So you can tell her, you can tell the kids wherever the fuck they want. Wherever you want. It don't matter, they 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nigga, you fucking the mama is your rules. Nigga, fuck the mama. It don't matter if she paying all the bills, you ain't paying shit, nigga. It's your house. So boom. She smacking the shit, you know what I'm saying? You'll probably be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe bring your PlayStation over, playing in the living room and shit like that. You'll be cool without a job for the first 3 months, 100%. Once the 4th, 5th month hit, that's when she can start questioning your job like that. That's when you have to start looking for a job, you know what I'm saying? Start putting out job applications, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 months hit, you probably look up a job applications, you know what I'm saying? You get you a job, run your sack up, save your money. Nigga, do not start paying them bills now. She was doing it before you had a job. She can do it now. She can do it still by herself. It's not your fucking house, it's her house, gang. You know what I'm saying? Stack your money up, run your little sack up and shit like that. And then once you do that, shit, you been in for a cool 6 months. And ran you up a couple thousand. Shit, you might as well leave the bitch.
So let's read the comments together. I'm already cracking up. One girl said, yeah, I gotta lose weight. Girl, that'll do it. That'll do it. Somebody said, is that her crib? You in, gang. Lock in. I'm done. Someone said this info should be paid for. Exactly. He's doing a lot of people the favor, a lot of women the favor by publicly saying this. It looks like a girl. She looks very big in her icon, so you know hit dogs are hollering. She said some of these commenters agreeing is actually disturbing. People like her get on my last nerves because people like her, they think of how the world should be instead of how it actually is. And it's just really annoying. And, you know, it explains why she looks the way she looks in her icon, because she doesn't understand how the world is. Men like him, they're not going anywhere. They've been around. It's been a thing. It's been a concept. And again, if you don't want to attract hobosexuals, you need to get in shape. But for some of those women, you have to be huge to attract that stuff. So I don't even know if those women can really even bounce back for real unless they get like weight loss surgery. And again, there are delusional people that will cope as they're listening to this, and they're going to be like, oh, well, what about slim women? What about them? Slim women and big women do not have the same dating experiences, and I'm going to need you guys to stop acting like it's the same experiences. At best, slim women are just going to run into men that they might not be compatible with at best on a regular, consistent basis. But on a consistent basis, BBWs have to work overtime to dodge scams. And I feel like it's just not the same dating experience, because I can already feel you know, someone responding to this video and that's going to be their response. The whataboutisms. I told you, big people love to do whataboutisms. What about it? You do not have the same dating experiences as slim women. You BBWs be on the internet begging men to stop asking you out for, you want men to take you on real dates. Slim, fine women, at least, ones that have decent personalities, right? Because personality definitely matters too. But women who are the full package do not have to do that. Men just usually come and they usually act accordingly for the most part. But scams like this, slim women are not dodging scams on the dating market left to right like how a BBW is. So I just wanted to clear that one up. But let's continue to read the comments. So one girl is doing wishful thinking. She says, I hate that BBWs are used in this way. Everybody deserves love. Yeah, I know, but unfortunately her comment, it's not going to change how the world actually is. Like after you've commented that, after you've, made your TikTok videos, there's still going to be men that think like this. Somebody said, this advice is going to save somebody. You guys better listen. So there's big girls in the comment section saying, I'm a big girl and this doesn't work on me. So again, they're confirming that they are running into scams like this on the dating market. I can honestly say I have never in my life ever had a man ever try to approach me in that way. I've never attracted hobosexuals. So these ladies are attracting them. They're just saying it doesn't work on them. Because again, yeah, the BBW, they do have to accept the hobosexual man in their life. So yeah, they're not denying that this happens. They are fully aware that they attract men who ask them for money, who just need a place to stay. So let's continue to read. Somebody said, I hope she has a camera in that room listening to you. Well, he said he's gonna try to be out in 6 months anyways, so.
And then once you do that, shit, you been in for a cool 6 months. They ran you up a couple thousand. Shit, you might as well leave the bitch.
Oh my gosh, one guy said, I'm on the streets right now. I needed this info. Thanks, bro. I'm so done. Someone said, I swear, I've seen this actually play out before. Yes, I've seen situations like this too. It's super normalized. Living in the Bay Area, I've seen dynamics like this. Or, at least I would say I knew this information, again, from having like male friends in the past when I was single. And this is the conversations that they would have. Like, they would be talking about the BBW they have here that's letting him use, their car or their credit card. Like, yeah, I've heard all those conversations. So someone said, not gonna lie, the key is to make BBWs feel special, seen, and heard, and you will be all right. Yeah, because, again, when society looks at big women, they immediately know that you are insecure, you're vulnerable, you probably are lacking attention, and so therefore you're desperate for male attention. Like, that's what men think in their head when they see you. When they see a large, sloppy body, it's like, oh, she's deprived of male attention. This little gimmick that I have, this scam I'm trying to pull, this should be easy on this one. Like, when people try to do scams on people on the dating market, like, love scams is a real thing. They always target vulnerable people, unattractive people, old people, very old people, or sloppy big people. Scammers are never going to target, for the most part, a, young looking PYT. They actively avoid those women because they know it's not going to work. She gets too much attention. She gets validated too much. She's not going to be, she's not going to easily fall for my tricks. Like, yeah, there are a lot of pretty women too that are insecure, but I'm saying when the world sees you, when you're pretty, the world automatically assumes that you're confident. You get a lot of validation. You get a lot of compliments. That's what people think about you when you're pretty. And then when you're not cute, they think the opposite. They think you're deprived. Scammers know exactly who to target. They don't make mistakes by who they're targeting. They know who to target. For the most part, across the board. Now, if they are, it's very rare that they'll target a PYT. If that's the case, then she's probably very mentally disturbed in the head. And that's why those scams are able to work. Somebody said, every time I don't want to go to the gym, I'll play this over and over. No, seriously, it really did motivate me. But all right, you guys, this content creator's name is Jack of Tricks. That's funny. I don't know. It looks like he does videos putting people up on games. So if you want to be more informed, check out his channel. Okay. All right. On TikTok. All right. I'll catch you guys soon in the next video. Bye. Somebody said they like when I do this, when I like predict people's behavior. It has to be a Pisces thing. Very intuitive, very psychic. Because I just got a vision of a large woman right now. She's feeling insecure. She's feeling called out. And she probably is going to turn to her man. Because make no mistake, right? We've all watched the show My 600-Pound Life. Large women, they have men in their life. Like, just because you're big doesn't mean you're going to be single. But it's like the men are not there for the right reasons. So she's going to play this video, she's going to turn over, play what I'm saying to her man. Her man's going to make like a funny face and be like, oh, I don't know what that lady is talking about. No, I do not like skinny girls. Like, ew, yuck. Like, because one thing a man is going to do when a big girl is around is lie and act like he's not into fine, slim women. So he's gonna, when men are dating large women, they're constantly lying to those women to make them feel secure in their self, okay? He's lying to you. Don't let the man you're with, if you're big, convince you that my video is all a lie. No, it is not. I'm sorry, but he's not genuinely attracted to you if you are 350 pounds. Okay, like, I'm sorry. That's not how attraction works scientifically on a psychological level. So, okay, now, I'm going to let you guys go. Bye.